Hey guys, what's up? How are you doing today? Oh, it's good to be back. After life getting so busy, it feels good to stream again. And tonight we get to relax here and enjoy the start of Endwalker. Super excited. Last I was playing, I was leveling my white mage because it was still like 71 or something. So working on that a little bit. But I'm going to start off as Reaper for the expansion, just because it's partway through 80. But I want to play Paladin for the most part. But my Paladin's already 82, so I don't want the XP from the main scenario to go to waste. So we're gonna start as Reaper. Yes. I cannot wait. Alright, so let's head over to Mordona. But Moo, how are you doing? I'm sorry, it's been a while. It's the Rising Stones. Pray return to the waking sands. You're okay? That doesn't sound very good. But I'm doing alright. I had a very confusing work day today. Because like nobody was at I was one of the very few people that were at work today, so I'm like, did my department have the day off or something? Like, I was very confused. But I worked the whole day anyway, so it is what it is. Gal! Thank you for the Gal redeem, Moo. Hello, Grahatia. Graha is best boy. Well, I think that's a tie between Alphino and Graha, but they are both very good boys. And Z, I saw you're in here. How are you doing? Good, 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 excellent, fantastic. Love to see it. Alright, should we get this show on the road? Shall we start? Endwalker. The beginning of the end for this saga. I don't think Final Fantasy XIV is done. Pretty sure it's just this part of the story. Alright, let's talk to Alpha now. Oh dang, I immediately get a weapon. Doing too good to just end now? Yeah, definitely. The game is literally suffering from success. It's too popular. There's no way they could end it. Alphino is feeling the need to take stock. Cassiova, do you have some time to talk? I would like to gather everyone in Dawn's Respite and together assess the situation in which we find ourselves. British. That's basically how I'm gonna read every character's voice, because most of them have that accent, British accent. Let us take stock of the facts, shall we? The crisis at hand began with the sudden appearance of ominous towers in a multitude of locations throughout the world. We have since learned that said structures were brought into being by an organization known as the Talaferoi. The Talaferoi's stated purpose is to recreate the final days of aeons past, an apocalyptic event that would result in the destruction of all we hold dear. Already have these towers of theirs been the cause of untold suffering. British people aren't real, that's why it's a fantasy game. Wow. Jeez. Oh, I can't answer right now. I'm busy. Countless innocents kidnapped and imprisoned, their faith perverted for primal summonings. And unless we find a way to deal with the corruptive aura surrounding the spires, we can't even get close enough to rescue anyone. Those shielded with the blessing of light seem able to resist being tempered at least. But after what happened to Arnwald and Fordola, we need to be very, very careful about how we proceed. Yet while these threats close to home are paramount of concern, we mustn't lose sight of the situation in Garlemald. As you know, the Talaferoi are under the leadership of Van Daniel and one other delightful fellow, Xenosiai Galvis, the Crown Prince and our dear friend. To date, he's reclaimed his old body, murdered Emperor Varus, and plunged Garlemald into an even deeper pit of chaos. The capital has probably seen the worst of it. For a good while there, it saw the bloodiest fighting in the War of Succession, but that has since changed in troubling ways. During our reconnaissance, the air was not once rent by the barking of cannons or the cries of discord. 'Twas an eerie fog of silence which did blanket that ruined city. The inhabitants appeared to have been tempered, and with nary a word spoken did they labor to transform the palace into a soaring edifice born of nightmares. If they were indeed made thralls, it seems safe to assume that these events, too, were orchestrated by the Talaferoi. An army of primals is awful enough, but in light of recent developments, I fear it's only the prelude to an even greater catastrophe. We need to devise a means to counter this threat, and quickly, before our allies are overwhelmed. We'll find a way in Charlayan, I'm sure of it. Master Forgenal, I think I said that right, comments regarding the final days were curious to say the least. The Forum knows more than it's letting on. Sorry to interrupt. Just received word from Mistress Kryl. She says that arrangements for your visit have been finalized. There's a head to Limsa Lamensa and board the next ship bound for Charlayan. And on arrival, present yourselves as associates and students of Baldesia, come to assist with the Order's restoration. And the song's from Hitman. The arrangements may be settled, but what of your thoughts? They must race at the prospect of returning home after so long. I am eager to see it, of course. We should set off at once. Grippa, thank you for the hydrate. Iced tea. Delicious. Then I'll accompany you to the docks. You need at least one person there to wave and cry and wish you a safe journey. Oh, it's a Taru. I feel like that's constantly the position that she's put in, though. Unfortunately. Heck yeah, let's fucking go. Alright, to Limsa Laminsa. So I am now out of iced tea, so I will open my other drink. I'm gonna crack open a cold one, except it's not alcohol, it's just soda. Nice. Alright, and away we go. So got the Christmas stuff going on. It is almost the New Year's event, though. Pretty sure Heaven's Turn actually does start the 1st, I think. There they are. Everyone's here, which is good because I've already paid for your passage, and the fee is non-refundable. The ship for Charlene should be pulling into port soon, so please follow me and have all your luggage close at hand. We're gonna have a voice acted cutscene here, or am I reading again? Let's find out.
They've almost finished loading our car.
Ah, here we go.
We should be ready to depart right on schedule, or so I'm told.
Excellent. 'Tis nice to have a smooth beginning to one's journey, at the very least.
It's funny. Master Louis Soir came here on a ship very much like this one. And now, years later, the street urchin he befriended that day is bound for his mentor's homeland. With his mentor's grandchildren, no less.
That is a little ironic.
Aye. 'Tis upon reflection that every twist of time's river and fate's whims are brought into sharp relief.
Louis Swole, oh god.
Thou hast matured much in the intervening years. Wert thou not caught attempting to relieve Master Louis Soir of his purse scant moments after he made landfall upon this dock?
Damn, Thancred, get called out.
Oh, really? Now that's a tale I'd like to hear.
Will this be your first visit to Charlian, Sir Estinian? Sir Estinian?
Alfina, why are you being so formal?
Are we strangers newly met? Why this stiff formality?
Yeah, I was about to say.
I, merely meant it as a professional courtesy, since we are now colleagues in an official sense.
I'd rather you dispense with the sirs, especially in private company. Or I'll be forced to respond in kind, little Lord Alphino.
Oh god, damn. Stinian, you can't just hit my man like that.
You've made your point, Estinian. Painfully well.
Little Lord
Better.
Alfino. Jesus. Tara's so sad.
Are you all right, Tataru?
You seem positively distraught.
Distraught? Me? Don't be silly. I think it's lovely that they get to see their homeland. It's just, we're trying to thwart the schemes of an army hellbent on destroying the world. And once again, I have to stay behind and worry that this is the last time I'll get to see my friends.
Sorrow. I'll bring them back safe and sound. I promise.
I'll hold you to that.
I'm sure she will.
Ah, good. You're still here.
Hori! Coulternay! What brings you all this way?
We're to assist the Maelstrom and the Kobolds with a lunar primal operation, so we thought we'd see you off before heading to the tower. Flamine and the others wish you all a safe journey, and promise that they'll look after things here until you return. We will too, of course. Aye, we your fellow Scions of the Seventh Dawn will do our part to ensure the end of the world won't happen on our watch.
We set the sail! All aboard for Charlotte!
His eyes, oh my god. Yeah, I thought like something spunky about his face. I just couldn't put my finger on it. He's baked.
It's time.
My man had a few bowls, you know what I mean?
Then we must delay no longer. We will contact you the moment we learn aught of value. Wish us luck.
So ever onward we go.
Have a
Poor
safe journey.
Boulder.
And please, please, be careful.
Yay! Headed for Charlian. Let's go.
And so you venture forth unto the unknown. A fate beyond the horizon that cannot be divined. A future undefined and in flux.
Is that Emmett Selk?
In
That the boy?
uncertain times, naught but the simplest words of wisdom will suffice. That which lives is destined to die. Love leads to loss. Every beginning has an end.
I think Emmett Selk is the narrator.
Treasure every moment, every step of your descent.
What the heck? What is this, Kingdom Hearts?
And there, in the depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
Holy shit, it is Kingdom Hearts. We're diving to the heart. Bang. Oh, no way.
Here.
Oh my god.
Feel. Think.
The day has barely dawned, my fellow earlier riser.
God damn.
Though we're hardly alone in that. Envious of those still sleeping soundly, no doubt.
I almost actually teared up with this reference.
Called out to you, you say? I've heard nothing myself. In any case, I dare say the sea air will do you good. Why not join the others on deck? Charlian should be coming into view at any moment.
Wow, this reference like literally almost just got to me. What a good callback to fucking 1.0. Holy shit. Oh shit. I wonder if that scene plays out any different if you're actually a 1.0 player. Like if you have a legacy character. That'd be so cool.
My voice yet reaches you. I am glad.
Hello?
Hear, feel, think. And thus do we meet face to face at last. My warrior of light, guided by the crystal.
Oh shit. Why now, Heidelin?
After your sojourn in the First, I believe you have your answer. You have gained an understanding of what I truly am, what Heidelin has always been, a primal. Zodiac was created to forestall the apocalypse which threatened the ancient world, and I was brought forth to bind him. Yet 7 times now, those who would orchestrate a return to that bygone era have rejoined a shard to the god
Piano cover of Answers. Oh my god.
The greater his strength grows, the swifter does mine own diminish. The power to draw your mind into the rift betwixt is no longer mine to wield. Yet though it taxes me sorely, I dare not leave these words unsaid. Even bereft of my guidance, you and your companions have accepted the burden of this star's troubled past. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine.
What the heck is that supposed to mean?
Wheels shudder and turn. Conflict looms. Monumental. Which will decide the fate of this world and all life upon it. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Cast your peepers to the fore, folks. Charlian's just over yonder.
I will not keep you further. Your traveler's heart must yearn to behold this unfamiliar land. We shall meet again, and soon.
God, I need that song for my orchestrion. Holy shit. God damn, the first time we actually see Hydaelyn. Ah, the twins are awake.
Oh, what a fine morning. Oh, still a bit stiff though.
Well, they
And a
did
good
pass
morning to you
out
too.
sitting up.
Taking a look at the island already?
Then let's go. Let's go. Might still be room in the prow if we're lucky.
I don't know why, but it made me happy with how excited Alice was just to see the place. I know it's her home, but still.
Ah, the sleepers have arisen.
Oh no, now the theme song's coming.
There she is. Good old Charlian.
Oh, I see it.
Home. Home at last. Well, maybe not in Father's eyes, but we'll manage on our own, if we must.
You do know you're not alone in this, don't you? Indeed. 'Tis as Sir Estinian saith. Forget not the comrades who boarded this ship at your side, I prithee.
We're all in this together.
Thank you, my friends. We are ever grateful for your steadfast support.
Irianjay literally is making up words. As he ever
Upon
and often
arrival,
does.
we will be disembarking into the heart of Charlian proper. There is no greater concentration of wisdom in all the world. I am confident that somewhere within that center of knowledge and learning, we will find the answers we seek.
Let's go. Weird thing, these cutscenes with someone else's character, I bet. Hey, what's up, Gorkanaut? Shit, guys, it's the moon. A title card.
Charlian, the solitary island nation of the northern seas. Where under the watchful gaze of Thaliak, patron deity of scholars, academics hoard all manner of knowledge and secrets.
Beginning stroller.
Once,
It's like,
they
dude, but
deigned
do
to
that.
accept foreign students into a distant colony maintained in the Dravanian hinterlands.
I'm surprised that's, like, I've never come by someone else saying that
They
before.
abandoned it once the first Garlean boot set hostile foot on Alamegan soil. So averse to the prosecution of war, these men of wisdom, your would-be allies.
Yeah, Charlian is very pretty. Holy shit. Oh, this track, too. I'm feeling it.
I thought they'd never let us off the ship. What's next then? Entry applications?
God.
Hopefully they find no cause to deny us.
Hasn't Charlian all but severed relations with foreign powers? Those of us without direct ties, myself included, may be refused outright.
'Tis true that, as a nation, Charlian only forms trade agreements with a select few neutral countries. But from a practical standpoint, an island cannot afford to be overly strict with its borders. Especially not if that island's people are wholly devoted to the accumulation of knowledge. If one submits the proper paperwork, with satisfactory evidence of identity and intent, then foreigners may be granted entry.
God, that seems like so much, though.
May.
May, yeah, I'm glad he pointed that out. May. They may be granted entry.
Quite. So let us be absolutely clear on these points before we proceed. The immigration officer will ask for your affiliation and your purpose of visit. Considering Sharlayan's views on intervention, I strongly suggest we avoid any mention of the Scions. Kral has laid the groundwork for us to act as associates of the students of Baldessian, and our ostensible reason for being here is to aid in their order's restoration. Grahatir, it might expedite our progress should an actual student be seen at the head of our little group. Would you mind leading the way?
Of course. The immigration officers were this way, as I recall. Shall we?
Let's go.
Greetings. We've just arrived and are eager to make our way into the city. Would you be so kind as to process our entry applications?
Certainly. I see by your mark you are an Archon.
I am. Grahatir of the Students of Baldessian at your service. I was assigned to an Eorzean survey team, but have returned to assist with the reformation of my order. My associates here will provide additional support.
Very good. I have paperwork detailing your group and its scheduled arrival for today.
Hey.
And it seems some few of your companions are also Archons. If you'll step forward, we can process those applications first.
Ishtola rule.
Why is Sola the only one we get to hear give her name? Fuck.
See how it glows? That list is etherically linked with a citizen registry kept in the main repository.
I've confirmed your status as Archons and amended your travel records accordingly. Welcome home. Now, who do we have here?
Alphino Leveilleur.
And Alize Leveilleur.
Your applications have also been approved. Having said that, the streets are abuzz with talk of how House Leveilleur's lord disowned his young progeny.
Yeah, I had a feeling this would happen.
And while such personal circumstances constitute no reason to deny you entry, I urge you to avoid exacerbating your present situation. Times are quite troubled enough already.
We shall keep that in mind.
Well, as long as they can still get in without an issue.
These last two are not Sharlayan natives, but you will find their credentials are in order. An application was made in advance.
Name and occupation?
Should I be a dick? Should I call myself champion of Eorzea? I kind of want to. Or should I be humble and say adventurer by trade? I'm gonna be humble.
An adventurer. Well, I suppose that is considered a valid calling in your native Eorzea, and it does indeed match the profile provided. You may enter. And you, sir?
Estinian Valino, formerly of the Order of the Knights Dragoon in Ishgard.
Formally, at least. And what, pray tell, is your profession now?
If you'll allow me...
This is the funny moment. No, but seriously, what's Estinian's profession? Now I'm curious too.
My associate is a mercenary, hired for his strength at arms. Surely you are aware of the dangers we often face on our forays into the wilderness.
Yay, it's Kryl.
Mistress Baldessian, if you insist on sponsoring his entry, then so be it. But while I appreciate that desperate times call for desperate measures, I find your choice of company concerning. Be advised that even a single misstep may have severe repercussions for your organization.
I have every confidence in my chosen company, dear and trusted comrades that they are. But I thank you for your concern.
Damn, that bitch just got dismissed.
Croyle, it is good to see you.
Likewise. Long voyage notwithstanding, you will seem none the worse for wear. There is much to discuss, but this is hardly the place. Let's be on our way, shall we?
Yes, let's go.
Oh! Welcome, friends, to Sharlayan.
As your mercenary, I should hope my welcome includes a generous salary.
God damn it, Estinian.
Well, I had to say something, Sir Taciturn.
God damn. Yay! We're in Sharlayan. Thought I spotted your ship coming into port. The officers are born bureaucrats and sticklers for detail. In any case, you may relax and take a moment to get your land legs back. And that quest completely fits. Alright, let's see. So this gives a 515 weapon. I do not need that. Could use it for this. What if it's a level 80? I'll save it for I think, actually. Oh, I get a chest piece here too. Right away. Thoughts to launch directly into an explanation of what I've learned and how we might proceed. But this is Cassiopeia and Estinian's first time in Sharlayan, and for the rest of you, a homecoming that was long overdue. must have places you wish to visit and people you're dying to see. Therefore, I propose we postpone our agenda so that you may all have sufficient time to recover from your journey and get your bearings in the city. Once you've settled in, we can reconvene at the Baldessian Annex. How does that sound? It's a fine suggestion. We may not be welcome at the Levier estate as such, but I should like to nose around the neighborhood all the same. I am equally untethered, as it were. There's no particular place that my kin call home. Still, I would not pass up the opportunity to reacquaint myself with the city. Likewise, a quick tour of our old haunts might even yield some useful gossip. The annex was west of the Aetheryte Plaza, wasn't it? I shall join you there anon. Yes, we'll see you there. I too have places I would be remiss in not visiting forthwith. Bye, I leave. I don't like that it just got darker and cloudy. What of you, Estinian? My services as a guide are yours for the asking. That won't be necessary. Until we reconvene, I prefer to wander as the wind takes me. But I could... oh... Well, Raha, would you like to join us then? You've been gone for quite a while, and this would be the perfect way to refresh those dusty old memories of yours. Oh, of course, if you'll have me. Come, Cassiope. Charlian awaits. Yeah, let's go. After you, my friend. I am more than content to follow your lead. Rahatia is now accompanying you. Keep him at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave Grahatia behind by entering a different area, using the Aethernet, or by putting too much distance between you. You can also speak with Grahatia and select the option to part ways. If you wish to have Grahatia accompany you again, return and speak with him at the original location. While Grahatia is accompanying you, next try speaking with Gryle. Wait, like he'll actually... oh shit. Now it feels like an RPG party. All set, then let us be on our way. Our first stop, amusingly enough, will be the last stand. It's a cafe on the west side of the harbor. Kyle is also now accompanying you. Lead your two companions to the last stand and speak with Kyle at the designated location. While you're accompanied, you may enter conversation points along the way, which offer additional topics of discussion. Enter the glowing area and speak with your quest companions to initiate these bonus conversations. Enjoy exploring your surroundings together. Well, that's neat. I enjoy that. What do we got here? Well, so we got the hunt board. Unusual wares coming and going at all hours. I expect the assistance of an intrepid adventurer would be highly appreciated. I see no reason why you couldn't undertake any task which piqued your interest. You've been cleared by the immigration officials, after all. I look forward to the day your name is celebrated in Charlian the same way it is in Eorzea. It's called the Peristyle, and it's the first stop for our cargo unloaded at the docks. You'll find the usual necessities for daily living and other imports vital to running an island nation, but also supplies that further Charlian's pursuit of knowledge. namely large quantities of books, specimens, and samples. Sorting these stacks certainly seems to keep attendants busy. There's something bell for... Tune this. And I'll tune to the big A3 later, because I'll probably have to go that way anyway, eventually. Now that is a sight one could hardly forget. The great statue of Thaliak. As a student of Baldesion, I was usually quartered on the Isle of Ball, but I would gaze upon the scholar's wise features every time I returned by ship to the city. This path leading out towards the sea is known as the Thaliak Stoa, so named for the statue of the scholar which stands at its end. As you know, the Charlian people prize the accumulation of wisdom above all else. Thus, when Thaliak was chosen as our patron deity, it was more a matter of pragmatism than belief, an alignment of principles, as it were. We may have honored him with a rather impressive sculpture, yes, but our faith is not so restrictive as that of, say, the Ishgardians. Individual Charlians can, and do, worship the the divinities of their choosing. My mic volume is fluctuating? That's weird. I wonder why. Let me take a look real quick. Let's see. Okay, I might know why. One sec. Alright, let me know if it's good now. Because I'm not sure. There's not much I can do to tell on my end. So... Also, is the game volume good? I tried to turn it up a little bit because I wasn't sure how loud the game was going to be. Sounds good now? Cool. Okay, that's where I'm supposed to go. Is there any other spots around here? Man, this music is hitting. It's so funky. And I love it. Oh, I wanted to say something funny that happened. Okay, so I know Z knows who I'm about to talk about, but I don't know if you know the YouTuber Moo. But there's a YouTuber that does a lot of music stuff called Alex Mukala. And he did a post on Twitter today where it was him in a Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker jacket that Square Enix had sent him. And he captioned the post with, tell me you're a FF14 fan without telling me you're an FF14 fan. And I was one of the first comments, and I said, I miss the grapes, and then like a sad face. And he liked it like immediately. So that was my feel good for the day. Rest in peace, low poly grapes. And here we are, the last stand. I may have mentioned this before, but although our research into nutrition and food preparation is quite extensive, the average Charlian tends to regard seasoning and flavor with a certain indifference. How can I put this? The food is, it's bland. As encapsulated by our infamous Archon loaf, the prevailing sentiment towards cuisine is dietary value first, and taste is a distant second. There was one pupil at the studium, however, who could stomach the school's insipid meals no longer, so he quit his lessons and poured all his savings into building a proper eatery. And so the last stand came to be. It is, as the name implies, the sole dedicated outpost of fine dining in Charlian, the one and only bastion of the culinary art in an isle of otherwise mediocre fare. I seem to recall their burger being hailed as one of the more impressive items on the menu. Not that I ever had the pleasure of eating one myself. Because you were a typical Charlian when it came to cheap and convenient Raha, but surely Tataru has since taught you how to appreciate a well-prepared dish. We should all stop in when time permits and sample the cafe's delights. Shall we press on? The stairs to the side of the cafe there will take us up to the Aetheryte Plaza. Oh, right over here. Perfect. Just got back from thinking of time. Oh no, are you alright? I hope you're okay. Please, take it easy. Alright, let's attune to the Aetheryte. Just heartburn. That's good. I mean, it's not good, but it's better than what you thought. Oh wow, this market board is like super easy access from the Aetheryte. Oh, it's a hairstyle I've been looking for. I wonder what it's priced at now. Still about the same. Gross. Studium's over here. Estate. Damn, that is a huge fucking house. Just I can tell that just from the map alone. Holy shit. Interior person. Some shops around. I wonder what's at those. Get a Charlian retainer. Oh, here's the gemstone trader. Fishing. Oh, you can actually buy Archon Loaf too. Gives skill speed. Interesting. Interior vendor and melder. Vendor. Tool supplier. Full plate armor. Proprietor. Ah, this is where you get the 80 gear. Gotcha. Yeah, purchasable 80 gear. Cool. Gotcha. I understand. That's a cool chest. I like that. Books. Many books. What was the hairstyle I wanted? Both ways. It's the one that you can get from the Zadnor lock boxes. I've just been unlucky enough to get it. I also want to get the one from... what is it? The Lubrum Reginae, I forget what it's called. I'll probably know if I saw it. Hang on. Modern. What is it? Early to Rise. I really like that one too. I would get it and trade it to you, but you're on American servers. Oh, it's fine. I wouldn't expect that anyway. Oh, you use Early to Rise? Yeah, I really like it. I think it's cool. I keep seeing this scythe everywhere, and I really like it. It's cool. If I try it on myself and then draw, like, that's really sick. An unusual shape, isn't it? I assure you, however, that it's perfectly functioning aetheryte. Remember to attune yourself before you move on. Now, being the diligent tour guide that I am, I should make mention of the Confluence, a research facility located on this very plaza. Its much vaunted discoveries are the reason Charlene stands at the forefront of teleportation technology. How much was both ways for you? I think it was like just under 215,000. So I could afford it, I just don't want to spend that much on it, because I know on another server, on my data center, it's like half the price. I just need to actually go over to that server and buy it. And off we go to our next destination. Our path leads northeast to the Agora, Charlene's largest marketplace. I needed to go that way anyway. Oops. Early to Ride's still a mill on your server? Yeah, it's about the same here. I think it was like, the cheapest was like 990 something thousand. Spent 2 mil on it? Sheesh. One of my friends actually farmed it out because he was doing the raid for his relic weapon anyway, or his resistance weapon. So he ended up getting the hairstyle while farming, but it took him a long time. Speaking of aetherites, those teleportation fees do add up after a while, which is why I tended to rely on the far cheaper ferry services. I was pleasantly surprised when Mrs. Tacharu informed me that the Scions are reimbursed for transportation costs as part of our duties, but I find old habits hard to break. That, and I'd rather not be bothered filling out the necessary paperwork. Absolute atrocious luck. Can't tell you how many times I did it, not a single drop, so I bought it. Yeah, very fair. That's the entrance to the Confluence. I have no doubt their expertise will prove useful at some point, so I just so you remember the way here. Interesting. Oh, I'm gonna go... because the annex is somewhere we need to go. Like that's where we're meeting up or whatever. So while we're on the side, I might as well grab the aetherite. Or the aethernet shard. Oh, and they have a repair shop in there too. God, the Charlene night music is really good. Gives me such good chill vibes. 1 second. Someone keeps trying to call me, so I had to text them back. Do you mind if I browse the shelves for a moment? There might be some hidden gems I've yet to read. Only a moment? How optimistic. Feel free to browse all you like, but we won't wait around for you. Perhaps I'll return here later then. Poor Grala. These little open-air stalls are so uniquely Charlian. I'd always thought them a common sight until I visited other nations. What is their weapon? Oh, they're a dragoon, okay. Welcome to the Agora, where you can find wares made in Charlian, as well as a wide selection of imported goods. They also used to sell questionable prototypes from the various research institutes, but I think that practice has thankfully died out, for the most part. Otherwise, I can think of no better place to stock up for your next big adventure. Am I overselling it? On a more serious note, the next stop on our tour is one which has particular relevance to our ultimate purpose here. We must head back to the Aetheryte Plaza, follow the path north, then climb the stairs up to the imposing building at the very top. Or I could just jump off this ledge and skip most of that. Haha. I am a genius. I'm so smart. These little decorative features are typical of Charlian architecture. Aside from the research wing, our headquarters on the Isle of Val were rather simple and rustic by comparison. This is the Nymphaeum. I think I said that right. An area dedicated to the blessings of water. For Charlians, water represents more than a life-sustaining liquid. It is a reminder of the great flood which precipitated the birth of our nation, as well as a symbol of the knowledge which flows from Thaliak's divine ewer. This is the reason you see an abundance of fountains throughout the city, and a propensity for utilizing water as a decorative feature in our architecture. All these smart people and their, like, weird words. This grand structure before you is the Rostra. The name refers to the original public platform erected here, upon which a forum of elected representatives would deliver orations and debate policy. Okay, Moo. Although the stage has since evolved into council chambers, the nature of the forum and the duties of its members remain largely unchanged. Am I boring you, Raha? You seem awfully distracted. My apologies. From here, one can see the entire city spread out below. The vista put me in my mind of my arrival in the first. Those who had gathered at the Crystal Tower asked me how they might go about building a new home. Naturally, my answers were all inspired by my knowledge of the finest settlement I could think of, the great city of Charlian. And bit by bit, those few buildings grew into a town, a community, the Crystarium. I can almost see its echo. I see. Feel free to come up here whenever you wish. I don't think the counselors would object to you simply enjoying the view. Such memories should be treasured. For now, however, the tour must go on. Our spectacle of sightseeing concludes with the fittingly named Journey's End. Walk down the stairs to the east and continue straight ahead. Well, first, we gotta get this Aethernet crystal, Aethernet shard. I see. You just go all the way. Journey's End. We've arrived at Journey's End. History tells us that this was where those who put ashore with Archon Neonkrep, built their first homes. In the present day, it serves as the residential district for the most important officials and the oldest Charlian families. You'll see that one mansion is clearly larger than its neighbors. That estate belongs to our friends from the House of Levier. All things considered, we should probably keep our distance for the time being. And with that, we bring our little Charlian tour to a close. I hope it's proven to be an entertaining and enlightening experience. Now, shall we head directly to the Baldessian Annex? You remember the way, don't you, Raha? Let me think. We head down towards the harbor, cross the bridge to our right, and then follow the path below the Aetheryte Plaza. Correct. After you, Cassiola. First, we're not gonna do that, because I want to get these Aethernet shards. So we're gonna go the long way. God, this music has such good chill vibes. I love it. Charlene is full of educational and research institutions, but there are still professors who prefer to establish their own private practices. Not that I ever attended the exclusive schools they run in these residences. Perhaps the twins could tell you more about them. Right, we crossed this bridge here, as I recall. Stick to the path and be careful not to end up back in the Aetheryte Plaza. Oh wait, I don't think I got this one. Did I? Maybe I did. I don't know. I just had a brain fart. Okay, I did get it. Jeez. And what comment did I make, like, literally maybe 10 minutes ago? That I was so smart. It's fun contradicting yourself. Oh shit. See, look, it's Asura. I think he's AFK. Stalker. Alright, Agrippa. Later. As the joyous look on Raha's face has undoubtedly informed you, this is the Baldessian Annex. If you continue up the hill, you'll arrive on the doorstep of Phenomenon, but I think we've explored enough for one day. We can take you there another time. Inside with you then. I'm back, and I brought Cassiopeia and Raha with me. Ah, you were right about the ship then. Hello, Graha. It's nice to see you again. And it's a pleasure to finally meet you, Cassiopeia. I've heard many a tale of your exploits. Ojika Sunjika. I think I said that correct. It's been an age. Allow me to introduce Ojika Sunjika, Administration Officer for the students of Baldessian. He oversees the day-to-day business of the Annex. You may recall meeting his cousin, Ejika. Oh yes, Eureka. I've read the initial reports. Quite a shock to hear what's become of the Isle. Do take care if you have the opportunity to rejoin the expedition. This place is like a second home for the students. The Isle of Ball served as our main headquarters, of course, but we often had occasion to visit Charlian. Whether to make use of the city's research facilities, attend conferences, or procure supplies from distant shores. And the annex here is built to provide lodgings for our members while we engage in such activities. Ever since our former headquarters, along with the Isle itself, vanished, the annex has served as our base of operations. And yet, it feels so empty. With so many lost to us, our organization is a shell of its former self. The day will come when we will see the students rise again. First, we must ensure that the Talaferite fall. Through that door on the left there is the main hall, where we can discuss our options moving forward. Once everyone arrives, that is. You probably have time to rest before our discussions begin in earnest. I've had private quarters prepared for you in the Andron, so please, feel free to make yourself at home. Ah, the nap rooms. Perfect for an afternoon doze. Oh, I didn't mean to give you the wrong impression. The chambers are quite well appointed. Far more so than some cheap roadside inn, you may be assured. Just simply that we were often so busy with research, or exhausted from journeys abroad, that we would slip into the Andron just to steal a few winks. And thus they became known amongst the students as nap rooms, even if many such naps might last well into the following morning. Say the word, and I'll be happy to show you to your chamber. Hopefully the others won't be too long in coming. I'll wait for you in the main hall. Alright. Welcome back, Moo. You know what that means? What? What does that mean? I could see it's my incredibly funny and not used all the time joke of... Holy shit, wow, I can't beat the game already. God damn it. No, didn't you know when we saw the title card, that's when I beat the game. That was it, that was Endwalker. Welcome back, Cassiopeia. Ready for a nap? Sure. Tired of my room. I want to see the bedroom. Oh. I just realized the motif in the song. I don't know, I was... Okay, so the music from Charlian so far, it's like, it's been giving me a vibe of like something that I've heard before and I couldn't place it. And I just, like, this song just gave, like, I just figured it out. It reminds me of certain music from MapleStory. I don't know if you guys have played MapleStory before, but I used to play that shit all the time. You get Persona vibes? No, I get MapleStory vibes. Persona. God, Persona vibes. But no, yeah, Maple Story. I actually went back to it recently after a while. It's still pretty fun. No, that was an awful joke. I figured. I don't know why I want to play one of these. Shit. Nope. Wait, a fucking dungeon crawler? Hell yeah, let's go. I forget when I unlock this. Oh shit, I keep going into corners. The map is really helping me here. Damn it. I need to play that now. Yeah, I actually forgot this existed too, so don't feel bad. Oh my god. That's another... Wait, so this is a dead end. Yeah, it is. Okay. Wait. They're all dead ends. Oh, damn it. I actually love dungeon crawlers so much, it's unreal. Dungeon crawlers are fun. Oh my god. That's a dead end too. Jesus. Oh my lord. Literally the only right way, apparently. Is this actually... Nope, that's a dead end. Why? Why? Why is this even here? Oh my god, it's all just fucking hell. I'm just gonna fill out the whole map, apparently. Just, thank you. Got the key. Oh, maybe? Oh, come on. This game. Oh wait, so this way? Let's go. It's sure dungeon crawler, nothing but dead ends. Yep. Seems that way. This is not an encounter every step. Yeah, that's true. Shit, this is probably gonna be... Yeah, I had a feeling. Damn, wow, that's all dead end. So... Nope, not that. Damn. There we go, let's go. Oh, damn it. Wow. You game. Seriously? Ah. Oh my god. Trip me up. I'm like, oh, I'm actually going somewhere, but nope. Wait, what? Wow, that's crazy. Oh my god, that's not it. There we go. Alright, I think that's enough of that for me. What else is in here? Puzzle. Nah. Slide puzzle? Oh, you have to count 1 through 14. But as a slide puzzle. Shit. Damn it. Oh, I'm smart. But can I get the rest? That is the real question. Shit, but 8's down here. Shit. Well, this needs to be up in this row too. Oh god, how to make Cass feel dumb. Shit. There we go. Ooh, it's close. It's close. Damn it. These three at the bottom are messed up. I might have it. Let's go. Hell yeah. Concentration. What's this one? Oh, it's just a matching game. Oh, that wasn't it. That one. We're gaming. Hell yeah. I'm sorry guys, I got completely distracted from the fucking Endwalker story. Okay. In we go. Feeling refreshed and alert, our colleagues should be wandering in soon, so I suggest we stay here and wait for them to join us. Let's go.
Pray forgive me. I was delayed.
It's fine, Oriange. We're all here now.
Let's get down to business then, shall we? Come what may, we must prevent the Telophoroi's plans from coming to fruition. At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal. The first involves an investigation into the change which has come over Sharlayan, not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum. As most of you know, the 99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy. The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of conservatives which would have Sharlayan focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it.
I don't know why, but like something about the word biblioteca is just funny to me. I don't know if it's the way it sounds or the way it looks, maybe both. Something about the word bibliothèque is just, like I almost like giggled even. Not sure why.
And at the other extreme, we have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois. Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous. Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
Discotheque. Is that
Fortunate
actually a word
refusal
too?
in Gridania had those same undertones. It was as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, he had simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
The Germans use it. Does it like, what does it mean?
A mystery indeed, and one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it.
It's just a disco. Interesting.
As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldessian. Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over. Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth. Compared to our more isolationist Charlian colleagues, we have strong connections overseas, namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown. The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nidana, an alchemist residing in distant Thavnair. Her
Oh,
missive describes the sudden appearance of a tower, and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal. In response to this threat, the satrap of Radzat-Han, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts. It is possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
They do, in fact, appear to have a strategy in mind, though it will require further research. To that end, they have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
Assuming we divide our forces to pursue both of Kral's lines of inquiry, then having you join the group heading to Thavnair would seem the obvious choice. But the investigation in Charlian is of vital importance as well. Equal, I think, to the Thavnarian one, given that the fate of the world may hinge on the results of both.
Very true.
Yes, it is quite the quandary. Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts.
I'll do my best.
Our champion. As to which task to tackle first, we will defer to your decision. Let us next decide how everyone else might best be assigned. As for myself,
We
I
are
shall
ever the
continue what I've
busybody.
begun in Charlian. I should also like to steal the services of an Archon or two.
And thereby gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
Allow me to offer my assistance. I have some small amount of experience in the field of research.
Alize and I would also like to help, if you would have us.
Anything to understand even a fraction of what our father and the Forum might be thinking. Of course, the more the merrier.
Right. The rest of us will make the journey to Thavnair. Thoughts? Objections?
I passed through Thavnir on my way to infiltrate the Empire, and though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
I'll be happy to have you along then. So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
Give me a moment afterwards, and I'll supply you with all the details of Nadana's request. Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations prove fruitful.
All right, we have our objectives. 2 of them. And I would not dare say that they are easy. We get boots from the next one. Oh, wait. Oh. It splits so you actually can do both. Interesting. An unsettling change has come over Charlian, but together we will define the underlying cause for the forum's callousness. As I mentioned before, however, questioning the counselors directly is a fruitless endeavor. They seem to have already come to a consensus as to what and how little they are willing to divulge. Which is why I began scouring Charlian's archive of historical records for any hints of a connection to the final days. Suffice it to say that progress has been slow. There are only so many dusty pages one can skim in a day, but now that I have this band of willing reinforcements, the search should proceed all the swifter. Let us reconvene outside Nomenon, shall we? Exit the annex to the right and you'll find the archives on the western edge of the woods. I have Kyle's instructions in hand. If you are ready to set out, then so are we. Having been to Thavnir before, I can travel by Aetheryte, but what of the rest of you? Another sea voyage would waste time we do not have. Kryle is of the same mind, and has already secured the aid of the good folk of the Confluence. We'll take ourselves there. The Confluence, thou sayest? I'm afraid so, my friend. Thou wilt recall the hunt for Iceheart, unto whose sanctuary we delivered the owing to the knowledge of our comrade Moonbreda. Moonbreda was an authority on aetherology, a field of study she did embark upon in pursuit of her parents' example. Both are authorities in their own right, and both are researchers at the Confluence. Haven't you gone to see them yet? I attempted to do so earlier, but to my shame, my courage failed me at the last. As it hath the many times I thought to reach out to them after sending that fateful letter. Neither time nor introspection have revealed unto me the words I should speak, and thus have I kept my silence. Whether you come with us or no is your choice and yours alone. If it is too difficult, we'll manage. Thou art kind to say so, but I have no intention of forsaking our cause. I shall go to the Confluence, and I shall face that which hath long been overdue. If it's settled, then let us be off. When we arrive, we should look for a researcher named Kite? I don't know. Whatever. Alright, we have our 2 main objectives. What do you guys think I should focus on first? Should I head to Thavnir, or should we continue the, investigation in Charlian. Although first, I'm going to unlock hunts. Thavner is interesting. Is Charlian not interesting? So the way you say that makes it sound like I'm not in for an interesting time for the Charlian part. Guild ship hunts now accessible. Oh, interesting. It is interesting. Haha, I'm glad I saved up. Because now I can get these. Hew, 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 hew. Give me this orchestrum too. Sweet. I now have wings. Haha. Oh, that's right, because they're fashion accessory. They go away when you pull your weapon out. Edge. All the edge. Max edge. Where am I going? I am the edge. Couldn't you already tell from my outfit for my Reaper? Let's see. So that's to continue Thavnir, and this one over here is for Charlian. I'm at least gonna get the Studium Aethernet shard. Aw, even interacting with the Aethernet shard made my thing go away. Return yourself to all the Aethernet shards in Old Charlian. What is with those arrows? Z, thank you for redeeming that. Wings are a real bummer with how you can't do shit with them on. Yeah. Oh well, it is what it is. Yeah, Z, get it out. My directions were easy enough to follow, I hope. In any case, you stand now before the doors of Numenon, Charlian's grandest collection of books and tomes. This building is actually only an entrance, and one of many at that, for the archives of Numenon extend deep beneath the surface, like the roots of a tree. The vast halls of the Great Google Library pale in comparison to the Numenon's endless maze of subterranean chambers. Oh, well that just sounds dandy. Any citizen of Charlene is free to enter and peruse its shelves. Well, most of its shelves. Only Archons are afforded access to certain restricted vaults. I've dispatched Stola and Raha to investigate those. Meanwhile, Alize and Alfino will help me continue my search to the stacks open to the general public. Your status presents more of a problem. As a non-citizen, you are only permitted to browse the first floor here at the entrance. Oh, excuse me. Even so, there should be a number of books which touch upon Charlene history or foreign policy. Your task will be to find and study the relevant publications. I promise you, a working knowledge of those subjects will make it far easier to spot the sort of clues we're looking for. Let's be about it, shall we? I've told the others to meet us at the stone benches over there once they found some promising tomes. Happy reading! Oh dear. Title on the spine reads The Story of Charlene. Long, long ago, on an island in the Northern Sea, there lived a Rogadan man by the name of Nunkrep. Nunkrep was a student of astrology, and he divined that a flood of terrifying proportions would soon sweep over the lands of Eorzea. So it was that he built a gigantic ship, assembled a crew, and set sail for that imperiled realm. The flood arrived as foretold, and to their horror, the strangely churning waters drove the people towards the ocean. It was there, however, that Nunkrep's crew hauled them aboard his ark. But the danger had not passed. A towering wave approached, threatening to smash the vessel to pieces. With only moments to spare, Nunkrep wove a mighty spell of teleportation and shifted the entire ship to safely atop Abathia's spine. Refugees from the surrounding regions huddled there alongside them, but it was not long before disputes over the dwindling supply of food led to violence and bloodshed. Saddened by the sight, Nunkrep gathered to him his crew and his grateful passengers and abandoned the ark to those reddened peaks. They journeyed to the coast where they built a new ship, intent upon returning to the northern seas. They landed on the beach of an island and settled upon that very spot. The settlement prospered and grew, and in time became the city of Charlene we live in to this day. The title on the spine reads Roads of Old, the Colony. Many years ago, on the banks of the Thaliak and the Drbanian hinterlands, a Charlene colony once thrived. This settlement was originally established as a mere outpost to study the ethereal sea in the year 1311 of the 6th Astral Era. Scholars dispatched to Eorzea found the facilities wanting, and their demands encouraged a gradual expansion in structures and services. As rumors spread of a growing community of academics, the area was further inundated with Eorzean students hoping to share in the renowned wisdom of the Charlians. 50 years later, the Forum passed a motion to recognize what had become a flourishing town as an official Charlian colony. Eorzean residents took to calling the colony itself Charlian, which led to no small amount of confusion when discussion turned to the subject of the motherland. In response, some Charlian inhabitants, if pressed for a name, would simply refer to it as Emporium. Following the Great Exodus, however, goblins and treasure hunters claimed for themselves a corner of the abandoned colony and gave it yet another name, Idleshire. The following chapters go on to introduce the most prominent features of Idleshire. This book does not appear to contain additional information on the Forum or cover the history of Charlian Motherland in greater detail. title on the spine reads, The Voice of a Growing City. In the years which followed the founding of Charlian, civic policy and other matters of import were decided at the Ecclesia, a public forum at which every citizen was eligible to speak. As the city's population grew, however, this format became increasingly impractical. The larger number of participants gave rise to ever longer debates, resulting in significant delays of vital resolutions. Various measures were introduced in an attempt to curtail protracted discussions, but in the year 201 of the Sixth Astral Era, it was ultimately decreed that Charlian would transition to a new form of governance. The nation would now be led by a body of 99 members, citizens chosen from amongst their peers by means of a nationwide vote. Thus was the forum as we know it today conceived and created. The title on the spine reads, An Introduction to the Heavens. Have you ever gazed at the skies above and contemplated the mysteries contained therein? I speak not of shifting cloud patterns, but of the vastness beyond, of the sun and the twinkling tapestry of the night. Some think the dome above us to be a finite space, yet, amongst the leading thinkers of our age, one scholar's depiction of a boundless sea of stars has firmly taken root. Alas, this heavenly sea remains This heavenly sea remains an unreachable, unknowable destination. There are few indeed who can explain, in satisfactory detail, why our own star is believed to revolve around the sun. It was the technologists of Alag who came closest to understanding the laws which govern that starry abyss. It was they who launched Dalamud and sought to expand beyond our earthbound existence. Having read of their ancient ambitions, I wonder, has your interest in this field of study waxed or waned? What if I were to tell you that the eternal constellations were arranged differently in the distant past? That their positions continue to shift almost imperceptibly but measurably as we journey into the future? Would it shock you to learn that the stars drift further and further apart, and may indeed do so forever? Are you eager to learn more? This book is on the wrong subject. Search for works that contain details on the forum, or mention the history of Charlian. The title on the spine reads, Forever 20 Summers. My beloved seekers of knowledge, have you ever put learning before your health and neglected to feed and rest your body as you should? I too once engaged in such foolish practices, but one night, engrossed in philosophical study, I had an epiphany. For all the world's mysteries that drive us to reckless abandon, we have so very few years of life in which to achieve our goals. Thus do I share with you this mantra: I am forever 20 summers young. The number itself is unimportant. You could be 19, or 23, or 40. Whatever age you are when you discover this manual, let that be the age you aspire to remain. Through mindful, healthy living, you extend the time available to spend upon your chosen research. Another day, another moon, another summer to grasp the greater truths you pursue. In the pages that follow, we will explore the secrets of maintaining one's physical condition from a biological, aetherological, and arcane viewpoint. That sounds like some, what is it, snake oil to me. Condiction, yeah. That is how that came out. Ha ha ha. The faded title on the spine reads Stewards of Wisdom. During the chaos of the Sixth Umbral Calamity, Archon Nyankrep, founder of Charlian, bore witness to the madness and savagery of men brought to the brink of despair. Upon raising a settlement on an island in the northern Empty, he instructed his people thus: Renounce the ways of war and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason. I've seen them apparently called Novas, and it's your mascot. Yes, that's the little fire guy that I'm hugging in my emote. It's Nova. But you guys are all Novas. The Charlians took to heart the words of their savior, and thenceforth served as stewards of wisdom. Upon a foundation of accumulated learning, they built a homeland unlike any other, a nation born from strength of minds rather than strength of arms. With knowledge of economics came shrewd trading. With knowledge of agriculture came bountiful crops. Engineering brought wells and sewers, ending squabbles over water. Wealth of expertise could be bartered for wealth and coin, and the more their wisdom spread throughout the world, the more mankind as a whole would thrive. And so it was that no matter the trials and tribulations of the age, the citizens of Charlian would live by their founders' teachings. For the sake of a better tomorrow, for the sake of a brighter star, they would eschew the tools of war, and with knowledge, deliver the world. You gain a fundamental understanding of Charlian history and the foundation of the Forum. Head outside to the rendezvous point and await your companions. Hehe. Yeah, I'm hoping to have at some point sub badges that are like different novas. Like the initial badge will just be like a regular nova, like in the hug emote. But eventually, like different novas for the subs. I think that would be really cool. Mm-hmm. Oh, that was such a nice view to come out to. I don't know why, but that was like walk out the door and then just these flowing in the wind. Gonna go back to your actual model in the new year. Actually, about that. Give me 1 second. Let me put something. Oh, actually, I just got another update for something. Alright, so I'll just put these on my desktop for now. Bum, bum, bum. So I have another 3D model that's basically done. I was testing it out today, but there were a couple of problems with it, so my modeler is gonna go back to and fix those. But I do have something else in the works as well that I'm gonna put on screen real quick. Let's see. Let's see here. Eyes that are 2D. Ha ha ha. Also, I just got another little preview image. Yes, I am. It's all part of the same design, so it's not like I'm completely changing design or anything, but I do have a new 3D model. that's like actually by a 3D modeler and not just me fucking around in VRoid. But I have some more about the 2D model available, but I'm only gonna give like this extra little bit. So there's the eyes and one of my hands. So, like I said, like I said on Twitter, I've been busy doing stuff. Even if I wasn't streaming, I was being productive. Let's get rid of those. But yeah, I'm super excited. That's the full model. It's just my eyes with a little bit of my bangs and then the hand. That's it. That's the whole thing. Actually, you know what? I feel it's just it's just you guys. I think I feel comfortable showing this. It's not like I'm revealing it to the world. I mean, I guess I kind of am if I'm streaming it, but that's not the point. I'll give you guys another peek. This is part of something that I just got in today with the hand picture. That's my full head. It looks so good. I'm so excited. Be you guys. Cute as heck. Yay. I'm so excited. Alright, so we're supposed to wait here. Oh, there's two of them. So when's that gonna be on stream? I don't have a date for when that's gonna be done yet. It is still in the works. Because the person I commissioned, she's still doing all the drawing parts of it, like all the artwork stuff. So it's not even being rigged yet. So, although she is doing both of it because she's an artist and a rigger. So once it's done, it'll be good to go. But 2 months, maybe less. Probably somewhere, probably sooner than that, but yeah. As for the 3D model, again, I was probably going to mess with it on stream today, but as I was testing it out beforehand, I noticed some issues, so I ended up letting Somnus, my friend and 3D modeler that I commissioned, I let him know, and he's like, oh, I can fix that, don't worry. But obviously, you know, it's not like he was going to be able to do it right away, so. But yeah, so the proper 3D model should be soon. Like, hopefully, like, if I end up streaming tomorrow, which there's a good chance that I will be tomorrow as well, then probably you'll see the new 3D model tomorrow, as long as he actually gets around to fixing it. But if not, sometime this weekend probably. But yeah. I wanted to make sure I'd borrowed at least a few promising volumes. Alpino and Kryle should also be along shortly. I was delayed in similar fashion. As far as I could see, no titles in the Archon stacks mentioned the final days specifically. Agrippa, thank you for subscribing! Thank you! Good night for real. Good night! I appreciate that. 2 whole cast streams? I know, crazy, right? It's not like I was on... It's not like I wasn't on like a big kick or whatever where I was like trying to stream as often as possible so I could reach for Twitch affiliate. No, I wasn't doing that, right? It's not like I was streaming almost every other day at the very least. No, I would have been streaming more, but obviously with like the holidays and life just kind of got in the way. But I miss streaming, honestly. But at least it got me to here, to play Endwalker on stream. So I'm happy for that. At present, the plan is to skim through as quickly as we dare and share our discoveries as we make them. It would have been nice to invite everyone to the estate. Plenty of comfortable places to read and a ready supply of hot tea. Oh, I was always quite fond of reading outside. But it's not about the little pleasures, is it? You miss your home. It's been difficult. After our arrival, we managed to speak with one of the family servants and asked how things were. It seems our dear father has instructed the staff that even if Alpino and I were to return to Charlian, we were not to be allowed across the threshold. Jeez. A harsh measure indeed. I hope that our efforts to understand his position, and that of the Forum, will perhaps lead to a reconciliation. We'll mend this rift one day. I'm certain of it. What of you, Graha? Have you been to visit your family? Or do they not live here in the city? Well, my situation is also somewhat complicated. I was raised in Charlian, yes, but I was born rather further away. In the southern reaches of Ilsebard, in fact. For generations, my people have dwelt in Corvos, the coastal region opposite the island of Thavnir. The Alligans founded a city in that fertile land, and by ship, brought in the subjugated tribes of the Makote to serve as laborers. Of course, the massive earthquakes of the Fourth Umbral Calamity brought an end to the Empire's reign, and when the Fifth Calamity froze the seas solid, many of the tribes still living in Corvos braved the journey back to Eorzea. My ancestors, however, chose to remain, that they might prevent the remnants of Allagan technology from being misused. Isn't Corvos under Garlean rule? For the past 50 years, yes. Some semblance of local culture remains, as is the case for most imperial provinces. But Garlemald renamed the region Locus Amonis. Amonis? Amonis? I don't know. When I was a boy, a nearby town came under the jurisdiction of an illustrious imperial family, the nobles of House Darnus. Ooh, shit. House Darnus demonstrated a singular interest in Allagan civilization, and so my tribe was forced to consider a plan of action. For some time already, voices had been raised in favor of abandoning our ancient customs. After all, the Allagan Eye no longer passed to our eldest children as reliably as it once had. Fear of discovery eventually tipped the scales, and the decision was made to bury our ties to the knowledge and traditions of Allag. As the last child born with the Allagan Eye, I was given over to the custody of friends in the students of Baldessian, who had me registered as a Charlian citizen. I never even considered. Forgive me, it was an unkind question. Even Thancred was taken in by Archon Louisoix, was he not? Stories of adopted waifs and rescued orphans are more common among Charlians than you might think. Yet regardless of our origins, we are all provided with an equal opportunity to learn, and with sufficient perspicacity I don't even know if I said that right. We outsiders can even earn the vaunted title of Archon. This is exactly why I have such a love for this country, and why I wish it to remain a nation of which its citizens can be proud. Here, another good reason to get to the bottom of the foreign stubbornness, aside from the trifling matter of our impending doom. Excuse us while we try to make some headway into these books, Cassiova. More companies should be arriving any moment now. Awesome. Oh, I guess we have to wait here again. Oh yeah, it even says wait at the designated location again. We've returned with our selections. Although, I must say, the pickings were quite slim indeed. Mrs. Kryl has already flicked through every history book devoted to disasters, and more than a few which barely made mention of them. As such, we will be looking into research papers on the Umbral calamities, as well as articles written by prominent forum members. Perhaps their knowledge of the final days comes from an unexpected source. Speaking of which, might I ask you a few questions related to the final days? I'm the only one here who didn't witness the events of Amarat firsthand, and I fear I might be overlooking critical details. Just leave it to me. My thanks. Now where to begin? First things first, what kind of phenomena did the ancients encounter as the final days drew nigh? A complete destabilization of creation magics. Yes, the unfolding catastrophe wrought havoc on all manner of life. The chaos extended to the ancients themselves, causing their powers of creation to spiral out of control. Fear and despair manifested in terrible, tangible fashion. Meteors raining from the sky, fire erupting from the ground, indescribable abominations prowling the streets. That more or less aligns with my understanding. If only the arts of creation had survived until the present day, we might have had something substantial to analyze. To the best of our knowledge, however, those techniques were not preserved or passed on. Y'shtola surmises that the closest known magic is that of the summoning rituals promulgated by the Ascians. Was there aught else of note which heralded the approach of the final days? What was it? Say it began with a keening sound from the land itself. Yes, the Amaratines spoke of it, didn't they? We never did hear the sound ourselves, of course, thrust as we were into the midst of the madness. But it seems that each and every one of the catastrophes was preceded by this ominous noise. Eventually, it resounded all across the star, and not even Amarat was spared. So the ground was crying out, you say? To be considered the harbinger of doom, it must have been quite distinctive, and probably quite loud. I'll have to speak with one of Nomenon's mammoths and ask after any books which make mention of such a sound. Last but not least, would you describe how the ancients sought to quell this unprecedented calamity? What definitive action did they take? They summoned Zodiark. Yes, with Olympus serving as his heart. So many gave themselves in sacrifice to bring him into being. We do not know exactly how Zodiark brought salvation to the star, only that by his godlike will were the laws of nature set aright. Then, once the balance was redressed, the ancients offered up a further sacrifice to heal the ravages of the final days. Lives sprouted anew, and it was these fledgling souls that intended to render unto Zodiark, or they intended, a trade that would have allowed them to resurrect the shades of loved ones absorbed by the primal. Or might have, had Vinat and her fellows not manifested their opposition in the form of Hydaelyn. Thank you, both of you, for the detailed review. I feel much more confident now in my understanding of the events. With all that freshly in mind, it does make me wonder what the Telophoroi truly mean when they speak of bringing back the final days. We've seen what they're doing with those towers of theirs. Is forcing people to summon primals a kind of catalyst? Are they attempting to mirror the condition caused by unstable creation magics? Also, I love that Graha and Alice in the back are just like keenly paying attention. Or are they simply using the final days as a figure of speech? A convenient metaphor for the scale of destruction they plan to unleash? But this is all just pointless conjecture at this stage. Let us return our attention to the forum, shall we? We should keep an eye out for Y'shtola, but 'tis time we began studying these research papers. Wait at the designated location once more. Oh, so much reading. I take a sip of a drink. So we wait further. I'm the last, am I? Well, my extended search of the Archon stacks produced one or two possibly useful books. But I wouldn't get your hopes up. If you recall, Urianger learned of the source's reflections from the Garoon oracles. For its potential to cause panic and confusion, that tome was deemed apocrypha and sealed away in the Great Google Library. 'Tis even less likely that knowledge of the unsundered world, not to mention the horrors of the final days, will be left sitting on a shelf for any curious scholar to find. It stands to reason, then, that my colleagues, be they archons or counselors, should perforce be largely ignorant of the subject. Yet, when you confronted Master Fortunal with knowledge of the Telophoroi and their machinations, he scoffed at the suggestion that they posed a threat. He seemed adamant that the Forum would know if the final days were truly upon us. Which only supports the conclusion that whatever privileged wisdom is guiding the Forum's behavior is being kept secret from the rest of the nation. Not that I mean to excuse myself from reading duty. Whether they contain mention of the final days or no, these books could yet hold something of value. You weren't thinking of leaving, were you? There's plenty of work for everyone. Man. She had to go and rope us in. Thanks a lot, Y'shtola. You labor for what feels like an age as Y'shtola's research assistant. Alright. Oh dear, you look exhausted. But what about your studies? Were you able to find any books on the subjects I mentioned? That I did. Then the day was well spent. Should you wish to read them again, a mammoth at the reference desk will point you in the right direction. For the moment, though, I suggest you take a well-deserved rest. We might be occupied with our research for quite some time. Yay! Looks like Alize has our next quest for Charlian. Ready for a tea break, Cassiova? I know I am. Honestly, my neck and shoulders are going to calcify if I don't stretch my legs and walk around a bit. You know the last stand down in the harbor, don't you? Come and meet me near the outside tables and I'll treat you to their coffee. It's quite good. Do I get to go on a date with Alize? Happy days. Let's go. Holy shit, that is a big man. Fucking hell. Oh, I know these outfits. They're the Charlene gear from Great Gooba Library. That's neat. I mean, it makes complete sense, but it's funny that they were able to reuse an asset like that. Not necessarily funny, I guess. Cool, I guess. That's the word I'm looking for. It's nice that they had another use for it. Let's go, let's go. There's Alize. As busy as ever, I see. How very Charlian that no other gourmet cafe has sprung up to compete for customers. Actually, this crowd gives me an idea. Before we place an order, why don't we ask a few questions and gauge the mood of the city? I'm interested to hear what the average citizen has to say about the Talafaroi. We might even learn something new. Worth a try, don't you think? Alice is now accompanying you. Keep her at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. And yeah, it's the same thing as when Graha followed us. Yay! I can walk around the city with Alize. Happy times. What is it? Can a man not enjoy a moment of private respite? If you're looking to share a table, then I respectfully request that you look elsewhere. You misunderstand, sir. We're simply wondering if you knew of the Talafaroi. These enemies of peace have promised an end to all we hold dear and... Wait, you're that House Levier girl, aren't you? And this woman with you is obviously a foreigner. Huh. I'd heard you were disowned for helping outsiders indulge their barbaric whims, and here you are, giving truth to the rumor. I'll thank you to leave me be. I've naught to say to the likes of you. Well, I must apologize. 'Tis foolish of me to expect an ounce of civility from one so enlightened. Come, Cassiova. God damn, dude. Sights of the End. Wait, what? What is this quest down here for? I am intrigued. Oh, I wonder if there's any spots that I can take Alize to get, like, insight. God, this music's so good. Soken is truly amazing at composing music, truthfully. Alright, what are you up here? Oh, the sightseeing log. That makes sense. Nice. Endwalker entries for the sightseeing log. Cool. If I sprint, will she? Okay, she can sprint with me. Alright, I'm gonna go over this way and see if she has anything to say. I'm gonna guess not yet. Alright, well, we'll just keep moving on then. Oops, gotta go this way. Oh, God, music is so good. Yes, I don't believe I've had the pleasure. Pray, excuse the interruption. We were hoping you might share your thoughts on the Telhaferoi and their unconscionable plans. My goodness, if it isn't the young Miss Levier. My apologies, but I work in the offices of the Forum, and if word reached Master Porcino that I was helping you... I see. We're sorry to have bothered you. Well, at least she was more respectful about that than the other guy. That's cool armor. Interesting. Welcome, madam. What can I offer you today? Wait, is that Mistress Alice I see there? My word, how long has it been? Dickin. Far too long. Meet Dickin, the owner of The Last Stand. I used to frequent his cafe on occasion, in between lessons at the studium. That seems like an age ago now. I remember hearing that you and Master Alphino had set sail for Eorzea, but then you never came back. Lately, there's been gossip about your father disowning the pair of you. Everything all right at home? It's complicated, and I hadn't expected complete strangers to be so familiar with our situation quite so quickly. Everyone has an opinion, it seems. Well, it is House Levier. No matter how discreet Master Porcino may have been, news of your family's doings never stays secret for long. Things being what they are, what brings you back to the city now of all times? We have questions, and only Charlene has the answers. Tell me, Master Dickin, have you heard anything about an apocalypse called the Final Days? What, like the end of the world? Nothing like that, I'm afraid. And that's what you're here to find? Information on this apocalypse? Yes, whatever we can learn. Unfortunately, your patrons appear to be unwilling to speak with me. I wish there was more I could do to help. But maybe there is. You're a visitor to Charlene, aren't you? That's right. Then few will know your face. We should be able to pass you off as a server with none the wiser. We just finished preparing a few orders. Strike up some friendly conversation while you're settling down the food, and you might just get the answers you're looking for. Not a bad idea. I hate to ask, but what do you think? Just leave it to me. That's the spirit. Pay attention now, and I'll explain where each of these dishes needs to go. The tea set is for the chatty group sitting by the water's edge. The omelet's for one of our regulars, a Highlander by the name of Gisla. She's sitting at an outside table with a friend of hers. Behind them, you should see a Makote gentleman. He ordered the oven-baked lobster. Got all that? If you're not sure, just ask and I'll explain again. Good luck. Alright. So the ones by the water's edge. Or, wait. Yeah. Oh, my tea set. Lovely, thank you. The Talafa who? I'm sorry, I've never heard of them or their final days. My friends and I are somewhat uninformed when it comes to current events. Now, if you wanted to hear about ritual arcane practices of the Sixth Astral Era, common or esoteric, then I'd be happy to talk your ear off. Interesting. Gisla was the omelet. Ah, finally. 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's dig in, no time to waste. What? The Talaparoi? Ah yes, I remember seeing the name in the latest Gazette. That some grand claim about the end of days? Same old senseless warmongering. When will these fools grow tired of spilling each other's blood? Best stay out of it, I say. The Forum made the right choice, and I fully support our decision to remain neutral. Alright, and the lobster for you. At last, the oven-baked lobster is mine. You have no idea how long I've scrimped and saved and suffered to afford this heavenly dish. Jesus, man. The final days. This is the first I've heard of it. Although that would explain why my friend has been rushed off his feet. It must be a busy time to be a gleaner. Huh. You don't know what a gleaner is? They're collectors of a sort. Travel the world procuring things that we haven't got here in Charlian. Priceless books, unusual live specimens, and so forth. So named for those folk who trail after the reapers in the fields, picking up every grain which was missed. Aye, by all accounts, gleaning is the most meticulous and demanding profession. If these Talafaroi make good on their audacious threats, then many uncatalogued rarities could be lost forever. Why else would the gleaners be buzzing about in such a frenzy? Watch the harbor, and you'll see what I mean. They're carting loads in from the docks all day. It's never been this hectic before. Not like this. Interesting. Alize, I have some information. Any trouble with the customers? Were you able to get anyone talking? Interesting. They seem unaware of the final days, aside from whatever fake news the gazettes are printing. Even Dicking had nothing to offer, and he's the best source of gossip in the city. If the Forum does have secret knowledge, then they've done an impressive job of ensuring no one whispers it in the wrong ear. In any case, thank you for playing the part so well. Here, that cup of coffee I promised. But let's enjoy our drinks elsewhere, shall we? Maybe behind the peristyle, away from the gossips and their wagging tongues. Ah, over here. Dick on your face. Hey, Lamau got him. Damn. Oh, there's somebody else that has their wings. Their wings out. Up here. Oh, this is nice. Yes, that should do nicely. Out of the wind and out of sight.
When our father disowned us, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. It wasn't until much later that his words began to sink in, that I began to feel the weight of what it meant. Do you remember when the decision was made to come to Charlian? Graham said that the Forum was determined to keep us in the dark, and that Father's venomous performance was part of that strategy, to keep us at arm's length. Perhaps it was. Father argued with Grandfather on many occasions, but never with such dismissive contempt. And when he demanded what justifies the sacrifices we make in war, I honestly didn't know what to say. Neither did Alpha know, I know, but never for one moment did I believe we had made the wrong choice. So all I could do was fume silently. It was only afterwards that I realized how childish I had been. How being stubborn and self-righteous must run in the family. If I could have just mustered a civil response, then things might have turned out differently.
That's a lot of cargo you guys got there.
They must be ferrying goods to Labyrinthos. A vast complex beneath the island. Charlian is famous for archiving knowledge from around the world. Well, that knowledge is not preserved exclusively in dusty tomes and desiccated samples. Our living library, comprised of all manner of flora and fauna, is housed and studied within that underground facility. Still, that did seem to be an unusually large shipment. When I lived here, it was rare to even see such cargo transported by boat. Wait! Didn't you hear something in the last stand about the Gleaners coming and going more than usual? Well, I think they're the ones we saw manning those boats. And Gleaners answer to the Forum.
Okay, then.
If the appearance of the Telophoroi prompted this sudden burst of activity, then Labyrinthos may hold a clue as to what the Forum is planning.
The plot thickens. And quest complete. A labyrinthine descent. We should tell the others what we've learned about the Gleaners. Go on ahead to Nomanon, and I'll join you in a moment. Master Dickon will want his cups back. Fast travel to the studio. Welcome back, Cassiova. Been for a walk and cleared your head, have you? Not exactly. We did some impromptu investigating and turned up information on the Gleaners. It makes sense. The Gleaners take their requests directly from institutions and bureaucrats, but as you say, they ultimately answer to the Forum. A sudden and significant increase in Gleaner traffic and in cargo. It certainly gives the impression of an overarching plan being put into motion. Let us see what theory we can build from the facts. As you still observed earlier, Numenon's archives appear to contain no information concerning the final days. Coupled with what Cassiopeia and Alize learned at the Last Stand, we can be reasonably sure that most Sharlayans know nothing of that particular period of ancient history. Yet, my father and his colleagues are not only familiar with the final days, but are also somehow certain that the destruction being perpetrated by the Telophoroi is wholly unlike these apocalyptic events. Moreover, the Forum claims to be so occupied by a duty of such pressing importance that they saw fit to unanimously deny Eorzea's request for aid. And now the Gleaners, official agents of the state, have been mobilized on an unprecedented scale. I do not think it a stretch to conclude that the Gleaners' recent activities are in service to the Forum's secretive ends. In which case, our next course of action seems obvious. We visit Labyrinthos and assess the situation for ourselves, and if we're lucky, the Gleaners will be far more receptive to our questions. What should we expect down there? Oh, I would hate to spoil the surprise. As for myself, there are a few more subjects I should like to research. I may join you later, but feel free to leave behind your borrowed books and be on your way. I'll see to it that each is returned to its proper place. That would be a great help. Thank you, Raha. Let's head down the stairs over there, and I'll show you where the entrance is. Fuck heading down the stairs. I'm jumping down the cliff. Ready? Labyrinthos is not too far from here, but you may find the path a bit disorienting. I'll take the lead, so stay close. Follow Alize, and try not to fall behind. Off we go then. I wouldn't say that's a brisk pace. What is this escort quest bullshit? I'll just glitch walk my way there. Now we run. Try to keep up. Wait, why now? Keep to the path straight ahead. We cross this bridge. What part of this trip was supposed to be disorienting? Up here. The rostra. Not far now. Wait, is it literally... Is it this here? Thanks, game. Oh, it is. Here we are, through this door and down the stairs. You did remember to attune to the shard back there, didn't you? It will make your life much easier if you need to come back in a hurry. Otherwise, we should keep moving. I did. Here we are. Hello, Chocobo Keep. Alright. I hate to cut it right in the middle of this quest, but I think I'm going to stop here for tonight. Seems like an alright stopping point before we get too far into this part of the quest line. I don't know how long this quest line will end up being, but depending, tomorrow, maybe we'll be able to start the Thavnair part of the quest line as well. But I guess we'll see. So, have a good night, guys. Bye-bye.